Have you ever heard of a garden that blooms only when the moon is watching? Not a single ray of sunlight touches its petals, and yet its flowers glow brighter than any star. In the far corner of the whispering woods, past the streams that sing and the hills that hum, there was such a place, a hidden garden made of flowers so delicate they looked as if they were spun from glass. They shimmered under the night sky, catching the moon's silver light and turning it into soft colors that danced across the leaves. No one knew how the garden had come to be, but the fairies who lived in the forest spoke of it in hushed tones, for it was said that only the purest heart could tend to it without breaking a single petal. In a small hollow of an ancient oak tree lived a young fairy named Marielle. Her wings were pale gold and her voice was softer than a breeze through morning grass. She was not the fastest flyer or the strongest in magic, but she carried a gift others often overlooked. She listened to the sigh of the trees when they were thirsty, the tiny hum of a bee when it was tired, and the faint ripple of the lake when it was lonely. One evening, as Marielle was resting on the edge of a toadstool, an old moth, its wings dusty with age, fluttered down beside her. "The glass garden is fading," he said, his voice trembling. "The flowers are wilting. The moonlight can't reach them as it once did. Without them, the forest's magic will grow dim." Marielle's heart tightened. She had heard of the garden but never dared to dream she would see it. "Why can't the moonlight reach it?" she asked. The moth explained that over the years, tall thickets had grown around the garden, blocking the moon's glow. The other fairies had tried to clear them, but the glass flowers were so fragile that even a strong breeze could shatter them. Only someone with patience, gentle hands, and a kind heart could work among them without harm. That night, Marielle followed the moth through twisting paths and over mossy bridges, until they reached the hidden garden. It was even more breathtaking than she had imagined. The petals glistened faintly in the darkness, but their light was weak and tired. She knelt, feeling as though she had stepped into a dream she didn't want to wake from. Very carefully, she began her work. She trimmed the thickets one leaf at a time. Whispering apologies to each branch, she moved aside. The flowers seemed to lean toward her touch, as if they understood she was trying to help. Night after night, Marielle returned. She worked slowly, never rushing, even when her wings ached and her eyes grew heavy. On some nights, she sang softly, and the petals trembled as if swaying to her song. She cleared the thickets bit by bit, until at last, a single beam of moonlight broke through. It fell onto the largest flower at the heart of the garden, and something magical happened. The light spread like ripples on water, waking every flower one by one. Their glow returned, brighter than ever, and the colors that poured from them painted the trees, the ground, even the air. It was as if the moon itself had come down to dance among the blossoms. But the magic did not stop there. The glow spread beyond the garden, flowing into the forest, making the rivers sparkle and the leaves sing. Animals stepped softly out of their homes to marvel at the light, and the fairies gathered, their eyes wide in wonder. They knew then that the garden was alive again because of Marielle's patience and care. The old moth fluttered to her shoulder and whispered, "You have given the moon back her mirror." From that night on, the glass garden became a place of gathering. The fairies would meet there under the full moon, telling stories and singing songs that wove through the flowers' light. Marielle was not just the fairy who saved the garden, she became its guardian. And she learned that great magic doesn't come from powerful spells or swift wings, but from the quiet, steady work of kindness, night after night. And so, under the watchful moon, the glass garden bloomed for centuries. A reminder that even the gentlest hands can bring the brightest light back to the world.